Hey everyone, welcome back to All About April. Today's episode is going to be focused on what I read for the month of September. In total, I read 5 books. I had one new to me author, I had one reread, and then I read from some authors that I tend to love quite a bit. Nonetheless, I had a very busy September, so the fact that I was able to get in these books was good enough for me. So I'm ready to share with you my yes, no, or maybe in regards to these books. I hope you are ready. Let's start off with book number 1, Between Friends and Lovers. Now, this book was floating all over Bookstagram. I saw it on TikTok quite a bit, and I was like, let me hop on the train because I don't want to feel left out. And it started off with this kind of love triangle that really wasn't. And that's what made me fall off the train and into a maybe or no. I don't think it really was for me. I feel like the book kind of lost its plot. I don't know where it was. Like, it wanted to be a love triangle, but it really wasn't, and so it wasn't for me. But nonetheless, if that's something that you want to go on ahead and try out, please do. Book number 2 is going to be a reread for me, and that is Winter's Eve by A.E. Valdez. I wanted to tab her. As you can see, I got a lot of love out of this book because it's phenomenal. This is book 2 of the Three Kings Billionaire series. So this was Winter and Eve's story. Book 1 was Snow and Noel's story. And then book 3 is going to be North's story with, we don't know who the FMC / female main character is going to be just yet. However, this stunning book cover is just an indication of how wonderful this story is. Winter and Eve deciding to give themselves a second chance after all that they have been through. And then the resolve, how it comes, how they both ultimately find themselves. A.E. Valdez just did a really wonderful way of gathering this story. And I'll also talk about this a little bit more on my YouTube channel. You can go and look for that sometime last year. So yeah, I am really in love with this story, and I hope you are too. But yes, make sure you read it so you can prepare for North's story. It's coming soon. All right, book 3 is going to be Boss of Me by Maureen Smith. Y'all know I love me Maureen Smith. She is very active on Instagram. She interacts with us. Just phenomenal. Not only is she phenomenal for that, but this book is a whole yes. Okay, it is definitely a yes. It is a billionaire romance. It's forced proximity. It's somewhat of an enemies to lovers. It just had all the feels in it, and it was a very spicy, if I say so myself, like Maureen girl. And this was a book that she wrote initially under a pen name. And so she decided to release it under her original name. And I was like, girl, the spiciness in this. Okay, we see you. Nonetheless, this was just a really great story. And one of the things that Maureen does well is she includes families within a lot of her love stories. So not only do you get to learn about the FMC, but you also get to learn about her family and the dynamics that she has with them. Same with the MMC. And I think that just gives an additional element to the story that we all need and love, especially in regards to the individual characters' developments. All right, moving on to book 4. That is going to be The Situationship. Now, this is a 20-page story. You ain't got nothing more important to do than to sit down and read this 20-page story, first of all. And I loved it. This is a definite yes for me. It's Abby Jimenez, what can I say? But this is also a part of the Part of Your World series. So this little novelette, you must read just for the summer first, okay? So there was a special edition from Target where this book was a part of that, this little novelette, and she decided to release it to everyone because not everyone got a chance to be able to experience that. But this is also a way to hold us off until her next book series comes out sometime next year. I want to say March, April-ish time. So yeah, but please make sure you read Just for the Summer first. You will definitely enjoy Doug's story because he is such a character and a riot. Ending off my September is going to be also by Abby Jimenez, The Happy Ever After playlist. Now, this is book 2 of her first series from the Friend Zone. I loved the book, The Friend Zone, book 1 of this series, a lot, but something happens in that book that leads to book 2. And this book is also going to be a yes for me. As you can see, I loved on her quite a bit. Now, here's something about me as a reader. I don't particularly like books that have some relation to music in it. And I don't like it because I feel like it gets a little corny unnecessarily. And I feel like sometimes they may focus on the music more than they focus on the plot of the story, and the characters just be doing too much. And I'm like, ugh, that was not the case here. You got a full story of the characters, and I just loved it so much because what happens to the FMC in the Friend Zone, you get to see a redemption for her in this particular story. But as we know, not all relationships, it doesn't always have that little easy path. So the Happy Ever After playlist allows us to see what happens when tragedy strikes you, but also what happens when fate is just on your side. And that's why I absolutely adored this story. I adored what it gave to the characters. And then, of course, Abby's writing, it just doesn't miss. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend this book as well. So, let me know. Have you read any of these books? I am interested to hear from you. Did you agree with my yes, no, or maybe? Or what would you like to see added? Nonetheless, that is going to be all for today. I do have a September book haul that I need to do. I have not forgotten about that. It is coming, y'all. It's just been, like I said, a little crazy, but I cannot wait to share that with you. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.